Hello, I'm Rex and welcome to Babel Planet. We live in a geek era. From comics to video games to anime, everyone is talking about these nerd things and loving them. 10 years ago, no one cared about Iron Man, and now he's a main character of 6 amazing movies and counting. The whole world knows about it, and the reason they can do that is because these films have been translated to dozens of languages around the world, mostly by subtitles and dubbing. Some people prefer one, some the other, and if you watch Japanese shows, you've probably seen flame wars dedicated to which is superior. The thing is though, they're like apples and oranges. They both have strong and weak points that are completely different. But let's start from the beginning. Believe it or not, these techniques are almost as old as cinema itself, and they even predate dialogue in films. It started with silent movies back in the 1920s. While originally the industry was built around slapstick comedy, like the Three Stooges or Tom and Jerry, people wanted more. They wanted to tell stories with this great new technology, despite not really having a way to integrate audio into film. What they did was pretty ingenious. In one side, they invented title cards, which showed short lines of text in between scenes. On the other side, they would hire narrators and voice actors to talk live while the movie was playing.
今の人、いつか話していた人じゃないの。
These ideas were great and worked fine for some time until someone invented a way to play audio alongside the video. For the first time, movies could have dialogue integrated. There was only a small downside to it. It was really hard to translate. Since only the UK spoke English in Europe, that meant that exporting films from the US was going to become a dying business. Nobody wanted that, so eventually, two methods were invented to do it more cheaply. The first one took the idea of title cards and integrated them in the bottom of the screen, translating what was happening, and the second one made a completely new audio track to play instead of the original. Different countries adopted different methods for either practical or political reasons, and eventually they evolved in different ways until they became what we now know as subbing and dubbing.
Where's my super suit?
Despite their different evolution, a lot of people tend to compare them to try and decide which is superior, since they ultimately have the same goal. But the way they get to it is completely different. Subtitles often try to be as literal as possible, but limited space on screen means that they often can't be too detailed. If, for example, the speaker is talking too fast, they also become distracting at times. And then there's the obvious problem of subtitles being useless if your viewer can't read fast or at all. On the positive side, they tend to be more true to the original dialogue. They also let you appreciate the voice acting of an animated show, and sometimes they even get away with footnotes, though those are only recommended for emergencies. Dubbing, on the other hand, is very expensive. It requires special equipment, talented actors, and the translation not only has to be faithful to the original, but it also has to match lip movement, which makes it even harder to pull off. To top it off, in many countries, voice actors are underpaid, meaning that finding good talent for future projects gets harder and harder as time goes on. Despite all of this, a good dub can be a much more immersive experience for some people because it can make you forget that you're watching a movie or show. It also can create voice celebrities like Tara Strong or Tom Kenny, and sometimes dubbing actors give their own spark to certain products, making them even more entertaining than the source material for the target audience.
Think of a big black man chasing you!
Well, he's not racist. I guess not. He's only 0.2 seconds faster.
At the end, people who say subtitles are better than dubbing, or vice versa, are both wrong. There is no one superior translation method, and that is because, simply put, they don't have the same goals. Subtitles try to be precise, dubbing tries to be artistic. Subtitles focus on presenting lots of information, while dubbings focus on the shape the information takes. Subtitles are based on preserving what already exists, while dubbing is all about improving it. So why are so many people always fighting about this? Well, the reason was hard to see at first, but once I got it, it all made sense. The main difference between subtitle fans and dubbing fans is that, usually, the former tend to already have some basic knowledge about the original language, while the latter don't. Take anime, for example. Occasionally, you will see the word Oni-chan in subtitles. This word means older brother, but people don't always use it to mean a literal brother sometimes. Anime characters, especially little girls, tend to use it to express affection towards a male who is a little older than them. An anime fan who grew up on subtitles probably already knows this, but someone who's never encountered this word probably won't, because an English dub of the same line will usually replace it with the name of the character instead. So the sub fan gets angry that there is missing information, and the dub fan doesn't like needing extra knowledge to understand a normal interaction. In the end, it's not about one being better than the other, it's about them appealing to completely different audiences. At the end, it's just a matter of personal preference. That is, of course, unless the government makes the decision for you. Come back next week to learn about how politics and social movements can affect language. If you enjoyed this episode, check out the playlist and subscribe. Follow me on social media to get more cool info about languages and language learning, and don't forget to share it with your friends. Thank you for watching. Cheers to you all!